Okay, with introduction. So I was mostly a home person. So I wasn't going out because I didn't feel like drinking or anything else. Didn't feel like partying. I was quite introvert, so I was school home until the last year of my university. I studied electronics, and in the last year, I realized that I really want to travel, and I want to take opportunity of student exchange programs because I was like in university for a long time and I never used them because it was too much hassle, lots of decisions and lots of excuses. And in the last year, no, I have to make a student exchange program. I just have to do it. This is like once in a lifetime opportunity. And I did it. I applied and I got the internship in Japan. So I
Oh,
spent
wow.
1 year in Japan. That's part of the journey. That's part of the conversation. And while in Japan, 4 months in, more or less, 3, 4 months in, I realized that I'm spending too much time on managing uh, the daily necessities of the life, uh, consuming internet content, and just time just flies around. And I noticed that I'm not seeing that much of Japan because I have the same problem as before, home, school, home, school, and I realized, wait, I might be the last time in Japan forever, because at that time
Yeah.
didn't have much money, and I was like, I was worried. Okay, maybe this is my last time here. Who knows when I have this kind of opportunity? So I should take it fully. And I made the agreement with myself that once a week, at least once a week, I will go out of the house and go to the some new place I haven't been. And because I really love nature, most of the times it was going on hiking. However, some weeks I couldn't manage to find a nice hiking route, prepare everything, and make myself like ready to go. So I would just the worst case backup plan, which I also love it, was just going to the park or some new place I haven't been to, or just like take a train somewhere I haven't been, just because the main objective was to explore, see something I haven't seen before. So that was what I did for the last 7 months when I was there, mostly hiking and going to some parks or some places.
Perfect. Perfect.
And that's how I learned that I actually love hiking because I didn't do any hiking before. Like I knew that I love nature, I just didn't go for the walks. And that's where I also fell in love with mountains. And after Japan, I came back home. Internship ended. I wasn't. There were lots of other students who stayed in Japan finding work, or I wasn't that determined, and I was more focused on enjoying myself there. And I spent most of the week either working and searching for the hike for the weekend, doing all the plans, logistics, and everything. That I didn't find any energy or motivation to apply for jobs, so I didn't do that. So I just came back home and I was thinking, what should I do? And I didn't want to work in Latvia because it's really low wages and I knew that I could do more. So I wanted to do, and also I fell in love in languages because in Japan I did a language training and I
Very good.
realized that I can actually learn language and it's not so hard if I practice it. So I was thinking, okay, I did learn German in school, but I didn't speak it at all. So maybe I could go to Germany or Switzerland or Austria to find a job there. I would be able to travel a bit more. I would see something new. I would be able to refresh my German, and I will get better paid there as well. So I had like these three things motivating me to get there. I couldn't find a job at that moment until my sister told me there's this thing called volunteering. And okay, I thought, okay, so I cannot get a job through online from living in Latvia, and I've been here already a couple of months. Maybe I just go to the one of these countries and start with volunteering, and maybe it's easier to find a job from there. And I started volunteering, helping families with children, whatever their thing was to help them. And I did it for a couple of months until it got a bit cooler. This autumn came, and I got a bit stressed about how much luggage I have, and I have to change once in a while frequently. And I decided, okay, I want to go somewhere warm. And at that time, I didn't consider Asia because it's 3 months limit usually, lots of visas, lots of uncertainty. And I was thinking, no, it's a bit too much, bit of a trouble to go to Asia. So I was looking for the warmest place I could go in easily. And I found out Canary Islands. And I came to Gran Canaria, which was I was I was looking at two of them. I was looking at Gran Canaria or Tenerife because they had a big enough infrastructure and they had some mountains. The rest of the islands they're more flat or they're just smaller. And I was thinking, okay, one of these two. I landed up in Gran Canaria and actually spent here like 1.5 year working in a hostel.
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning, I was volunteering there as well because I came here as a volunteer, living on budget. I didn't have any job, anything. And as I started volunteering there, a couple months in, I got offered manager position where I started actually earning some money. And
Yeah,
through
nice.
some contacts, I also found one freelance web design opportunity as well. It was like really I just said that I'm interested in kind of things to the volunteers, and one volunteer just went on a flight back to UK, and she just started talking to this man next to her, and that's how I got contacts. And then I was
Beautiful.
working in a hostel as also a freelance web designer. However, it was really difficult for me to find time and effort, like motivation to work, because it was always people coming in and things happening and always want to be with people. And so I was struggling to do anything that wasn't urgent, let's say like that. I was working, when something urgent came up, I did it, was fine. But when it's like, because the website on the back end was so messy that I struggled to do on those important but not urgent things. So because there were so much things happening in the hostel and I was living in a hostel. And that's where I started doing yoga because I'm always been active and because I had these two things, I had managing hostel, I had a web design, and I had so much things happening. I stopped hiking. I basically was hostel, 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 hostel. I never rarely left it, and I wanted to keep my fitness a bit because I was used to being at least some kind of flexibility, and and then there were not options, and I had the same problem with the willpower there. Like, uh, either I should be doing web design, either I should be working as a manager, and what time do I find for myself, like do the exercise? And I couldn't find my time for exercise, so because I also didn't like the idea of going to the gym, and only option there was yoga. And I've had resistance for going for yoga like really long time because there were just like 50-year-old and plus
Yeah, yeah, I know.
ladies,
Yeah,
ladies
yeah.
uh, coming as a tourists, not like really fit ladies, like regular ladies, like maybe slightly overweight or just really old or like, and these kind of people. And I was like 20s, my early 20s, and I was like, maybe not the
Too
crowd
young.
I want.
Too
Yeah, I
young
was
for
thinking.
yoga. Too young for yoga.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe not the crowd I want to hang around, in my
Mm.
free time. So I was for like 2 3 months, I was like, no, yoga is not for me. No, it's not for me. This is not the people I want to hang around with. However, like people kept inviting me. They kept inviting me, and one time I was like the pain of not doing anything and not being able to. exercise on my own because this was the only other option there. It's like really small village, and there was either gym where I still would need to do my own stuff or this yoga thing. And I just went to yoga, and for the first time, I realized it's quite awesome, quite amazing. It's exactly what I need, and I kept on doing it. And because
Perfect.
yeah, in the beginning it was just physical, like just practice asana. I get pretty good at the physical part, and teachers started encouraging me to teach. So I was doing my own practice on Saturdays, Sundays, and whenever there was anyone in a hostel, I would invite them. Okay, you can come and join with me, and we practice together. Um,
Mm.
and that's how I started the teaching. At some point, I did teacher training as well. I did it in Barcelona in Spanish.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
However, I didn't speak much Spanish at that point. So the exercise, the physical part, the teacher spoke English and Spanish, so I understood everything. Whatever I didn't understand, they correct me. However, the theory part, whenever they were talking about something insignificant, like a chat, oh yeah, I understand. Or when they get into the deeper part, like I was just sitting there, and I always remember this thing. And they finished talking, and they asked, "Do you have any questions?" And I'm thinking, do they understand? And I'm looking around with people. No one has any questions. And usually when no one has questions, that means that they didn't understand much. And
Yeah, yeah,
then I,
sure.
then I'm thinking the other thought. Okay, they asking, did you understand? And I'm thinking, okay, the native Spanish speakers who understood each and every word they heard might not have understood what they're talking about. And I'm sitting there, not even understanding the words. Yeah, okay, I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, it was interesting
You read
experience.
you read between the lines.
Yeah, I read between the lines. So like, I had this like completely different level of understanding. Okay, I'm not even understanding words. I'm good here. Yeah. So I did a teacher training there, and I kept on coming back and forward. I did some travels, did some sailing, all kinds of adventures in between. And now I'm back in Tenerife, and I've been here since October.
Mhm.
Uh, in the beginning, also I was in a hostel, and now I'm renting my own place and focus. And this is where I actually discovered the coaching part. And because I was doing, there was this period in my life where I was not sure what I want to do because I didn't feel too passionate about freelance web design, and I wasn't successful there. I liked it as a hobby, but I didn't feel like a drive. Like I didn't feel like really driven to do it. Uh, then I really loved yoga because I really like being active. I love hiking, and but I couldn't sustain myself with the yoga only. And I was searching for some other way to earn income. And I did try some all kinds of other stuff, but I finally landed on coaching, which is kind of like really amazing stuff. And then I realized that actually I can integrate it with yoga because it's the same thing.
Beautiful,
And
beautiful. Yes.
and now I kind of like accepting that my past of yoga, accepting everything that I had, and it's easy for me to build up my business as well because I can be one man businessman because I already know
Yeah,
web
yeah, I'm the
design.
same. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm.
So yeah, that's
Beautiful.
the story. So I do it everything on my own at the moment, just building up from zero, and that's where I'm at. And that's where the podcasts
But
come in.